found yourself watching this video today, it is not a coincidence. There are no accidents in a perfectly aligned universe. This message has arrived in divine timing. The energy you have been sending out has been heard, felt, and seen. This is your confirmation. What you've asked for is already on its way. You are not waiting on your manifestation. It is already unfolding for you. You planted the seed with intent, and that is the most powerful beginning of all creation. In the silent space between your thoughts and desires, something within you decided to trust in more. You allowed yourself to dream. You dared to believe that something better was possible. That quiet moment of clarity, when you whispered your wish to the universe, whether in joy or in pain, was not missed. The energy of your desire was released like a prayer, and the universe caught it tenderly and completely. You may not have seen it happen, but the moment you asked, the seed was planted. Just like in nature, everything begins in darkness, in the soil, in the unknown, in the unseen. But don't mistake that darkness for nothingness. In truth, that is where the miracle begins. Your intention became the spark that activated the infinite intelligence of creation. Every time you visualized it, every time you affirmed it, every time you felt the emotions of already having it, you watered that seed. Your consistent belief nurtured it. Your willingness to trust, even when evidence wasn't present, fed it the energy it needed to grow strong. So what most people forget is that the universe doesn't operate on the timeline of the clock. It operates on the vibration of alignment. And so you may not have noticed immediate results. That's okay. That's normal. The oak tree does not emerge the moment you plant the acorn. First, roots must grow deep. The foundation must be laid. The environment must be prepared. And so it is with your manifestation. There is a sacred unfolding happening just beneath the surface. And though you may not see it with your eyes yet, your soul already knows. The process has begun. You planted your intention not just with words, but with energy. It's not about begging or pleading. It's not about needing or grasping. It's about the feeling you held when you made your request. Were you feeling open, grateful, excited? Even a flicker of belief is enough to ignite the universal current. The universe doesn't need your perfection. It needs your sincerity. And you were sincere. That alone made you powerful. The seed responds not to fear, but to faith. That's why worrying won't make it grow faster. That's why checking the soil every 5 minutes won't help. What it needs now is your trust, your calm, your peace. You did the most important part. You asked with clarity and heart. Now, the work of allowing begins. Now, the quiet miracle unfolds. When doubts arise, and they will, remind yourself, I have planted the seed, it is growing, even if I can't yet see it. I do not need to force what is meant for me. I do not need to chase or strive. My job now is to remain in alignment with what I've asked for, to act, speak, and feel as if it's already mine, because in truth, it already is. Let go of needing to control the process. Manifestation isn't about micromanaging every step. It's about being in harmony with the feeling of fulfillment. Ask yourself, what would it feel like to already have what I desire? And then live there. Visit that emotion every day, even for a few moments. That emotional state is sunlight to your seed. It is the nourishment that speeds up growth. It's not about doing more. It's about being more aligned, more present, more in love with the process. Also remember, just as every seed blooms in its own time, so does every manifestation. The universe may rearrange people, places, and situations in order to bring your desire to you in the most beautiful, aligned way. Sometimes it needs time to remove what no longer serves you. Sometimes it must teach you how to hold the blessing before it arrives. And sometimes it gives you little signs along the way, just enough to remind you that you're not alone, and your order is being prepared with care. You didn't just hope for something, you planted a sacred intention with your soul. That's a powerful act of creation. Every time you choose to believe again, even when nothing has changed, you amplify its growth. Every time you give thanks as if it's already here, you pull it closer. And every time you love yourself through the waiting, you align with the outcome even more. So take heart, stay the course. Water your seed with joy, with faith, with expectancy. You are not waiting in vain. You are in a sacred season of becoming. The moment you planted that intention, a divine partnership began, and the universe has never failed to deliver when the soil is right and the spirit is ready. Your manifestation is not a fantasy, it is a promise. And the seed you planted is proof that you are already on your way. The universe only says yes. It doesn't argue, it doesn't deny, it doesn't question your worthiness or ask if you're sure. It simply responds. Every thought, every word, every emotion you emit is a signal, and the universe, in its infinite wisdom and unconditional love, reflects it back to you. It mirrors not what you want, but who you are being in each moment. This is not to punish, but to empower, because if you can change the vibration you emit, you can change what you receive. When you say, I am worthy of love, the universe says, yes, you are. When you declare nothing ever works out for me, the universe again says, yes, you're right. Not because it wishes you harm, but because it honors your belief. It aligns with your frequency, like a radio tuning into the exact station you've chosen. It does not discriminate between positive or negative, joyful or fearful. It simply gives you more of what you're consistently tuned into. That is why awareness is everything. You are creating your reality moment by moment, not only with your actions, but with your dominant thoughts and emotions. If your inner dialogue is filled with doubt, fear, and unworthiness, the universe will lovingly match that energy with situations, people, and outcomes that reinforce those beliefs. But when your inner world is rooted in trust, gratitude, and expectation of good, the same law applies. The universe will say yes to that too. This is not about pretending that everything is fine when it isn't. It's about shifting the way you speak to yourself and the energy you choose to dwell in. If you knew that every statement you make is a command the universe takes literally, would you still speak the way you do? Would you still say, I can't afford that, or I'll never find love, or I always mess things up? Or would you begin to speak with the power and reverence that your words truly carry? The universe is not judging you. It is not sitting high above, waiting for you to prove yourself. It already sees you as whole, as enough, as infinitely capable of creating the life you desire. But it will not override your free will. It cannot give you what you are not a vibrational match for. That is the beauty and the responsibility of your power. You must first say yes to yourself, yes to your dreams, yes to your value. And as you do, the universe amplifies your yes and reflects it all around you. This is why affirmations are so powerful, not because they are magical words, but because they train your mind to emit a new signal, one that aligns with the reality you wish to experience. When you repeat, everything is always working out for me, even if it doesn't look that way at first, you are anchoring yourself in a vibration of trust. You are declaring to the universe, this is what I believe now. And the universe, in its perfect response, says yes. Understanding this law changes everything. You no longer feel like a victim of circumstances. You realize that every day, every moment, you are co-creating with a loving force that wants nothing more than to fulfill your deepest desires. But it can only give you what you're willing to believe is possible. It can only deliver to the version of you that says, I am ready, I am deserving, I am open. That is why patience matters. Sometimes the universe is already saying yes, but it takes time for the physical pieces to catch up to your new vibration. Think of it like ordering a gift online. You place the order. You receive confirmation. You know it's on its way, even if you haven't seen it yet. You don't question whether it will arrive. You don't keep placing the order over and over. You trust the process. You prepare to receive. That's how manifestation works too. Your job is not to chase. Your job is to align. To believe so deeply in the outcome that you relax into certainty. And if things seem slow or uncertain, that's not a no, it's an invitation to go deeper. It's a chance to clear old beliefs, to realign your energy, to love yourself more fiercely than ever. The universe is always working behind the scenes, arranging the perfect pieces in the perfect timing. It never forgets your request. It simply waits for you to believe it's truly yours. So today, speak with intention, feel with purpose, choose your thoughts as if your life depends on them, because it does. Say yes to love, yes to abundance, yes to healing, yes to joy, and most of all, say yes to yourself. Because when you do, the universe will always echo back, yes, beloved, yes. Signs have already been appearing. You may have noticed them, or perhaps you brushed them off as coincidences, but the universe does not work by chance. It works with divine precision. Every number you keep seeing, every repeated phrase you hear, every dream that stirs something in your heart, all of it is part of the guidance you've been asking for. You may think you're waiting for proof that your manifestation is on the way, but the truth is, the universe has already been whispering back, it's coming. When you ask for something, whether it's healing, love, abundance, clarity, the universe begins responding immediately. But it doesn't always arrive in a grand, dramatic way. It often starts with gentle nudges, that feather on the ground, that sudden flash of a butterfly, the song that plays at just the right moment. These are not random, they are messengers, reminders, echoes of what you've asked for, beginning to ripple back toward you. The signs are often subtle because they meet you at the level of your awareness. The more present you become, the more you begin to see. And when you open your heart, you realize you are never alone. The universe has been speaking to you in the language of synchronicity. The right people begin to show up. You overhear a conversation that answers a question you were holding in silence. You wake up with a deep sense of knowing that something has shifted, even if you can't explain how. These are signs. They are confirmation. It's easy to dismiss these moments when you're in a place of doubt. It's easy to think, that's just my imagination, or it's probably nothing. But the universe doesn't waste energy. If something repeatedly draws your attention, it's worth noticing. It's not about superstition, it's about energy. The outer world reflects the inner world. And when you begin to change your vibration, when you start believing in new possibilities, you will see the outer world mirror it back. Sometimes the signs come in the form of people leaving or opportunities falling through. That can be hard to accept, but those too are signs, not of rejection, but of redirection. The universe doesn't just give you what you want. It gives you what you are truly aligned with, and that means removing what doesn't serve your higher good, even when your conscious mind wants to hold on. Trust that even the detours are part of the divine path. The signs also come in numbers, those repeating patterns that seem to follow you. 111, 222, 444. They're not coincidences. Each one carries a frequency, a reminder. When you see them, it means alignment is near. Your energy is shifting. Your thoughts are creating. Pay attention. Your manifestation is not far. It's not about obsessing over signs. It's about appreciating them. When you say, thank you, I see this, the universe sends more. because you are now responding with awareness and gratitude, and that accelerates everything. Dreams are another portal. Sometimes your soul travels in sleep and gathers insights, visions, or clarity that your waking mind cannot yet hold. Don't ignore them. Reflect on them. Write them down. They often carry the answers you've been seeking, that recurring image, that sensation you wake up with. Those are breadcrumbs on the trail of your manifestation. Even your emotions are signs. When you feel deep peace after releasing an old belief, that's a sign. When something excites your spirit, even though it doesn't make sense logically, that's a sign. When you suddenly feel lighter, more hopeful or inspired for no reason, that's not random. That's alignment. That's your vibration catching up to the reality you've been creating. You ask for a sign, and the truth is they've been coming. The reason you're hearing this message right now is also a sign. Your soul led you here because you are ready to remember. You are ready to recognize the magic that's been unfolding all around you. You are not forgotten. You are not ignored. The universe hears every whisper of your heart, and it has been responding in the only way it knows how, with love, with guidance, and with divine timing. Take a deep breath. Slow down. Begin to notice the little things. The more you acknowledge the signs, the more visible they become. The more you trust in what you cannot yet see, the faster it begins to reveal itself. There is nothing random about the life you are living. It is unfolding exactly as it should. Keep going, keep trusting, keep looking with eyes of faith, because the signs have already been appearing, and they're leading you right where you belong. You are aligned with divine timing even when it doesn't feel like it, even when things seem delayed or quiet or uncertain. The truth is, everything is unfolding exactly as it should. There is a rhythm to the universe, a perfect and sacred order that moves beyond what your eyes can see and your mind can fully grasp. And you, beloved, are not separate from that order. You are part of it. You are not behind. You have not missed your moment. You are right where you need to be. Divine timing is not the same as your timing. It doesn't always come according to deadlines or expectations. It isn't about rushing or forcing or controlling. It's about trust. It's about allowing things to unfold in their natural season. A flower does not bloom before its time, and yet no one questions its process. The same is true for your life. When you plant a seed, you do not dig it up each day to see if it's growing. You water it, you nurture it. You let the sun and soil work their quiet miracle. Your manifestations work the same way. There are things you've been waiting for. Answers, breakthroughs, love, abundance, purpose. You've asked, you've prayed, you've visualized, and maybe you've wondered why hasn't it happened yet? But you must understand, delay does not mean denial. The universe is not ignoring you. It's aligning you. It's preparing all the pieces, not just for the outcome you desire, but for the version of you who can truly receive it, hold it, and thrive in it. There is wisdom in the waiting. It's in those moments when nothing seems to be happening that the most powerful transformation is taking place. Your faith is being strengthened. Your inner blocks are being softened. Your heart is being expanded. You are being shaped to meet your destiny. The people you're meant to meet are being guided to you. The doors that are right for you are being made ready. And when it's time, everything will click into place in ways you could have never orchestrated on your own. To be aligned with divine timing means to let go of the need to control the how and when. It means trusting that the universe has not forgotten you, even when you can't see the evidence. It means staying in the energy of openness, peace, and expectation, not because you're forcing outcome, but because you already know it's yours. You're not chasing your desires, you're preparing for them. You're matching their energy with your thoughts, your words, your emotions, your actions. Your intuition is part of that divine timing. Those nudges you feel, that inner knowing that says wait, or go now, or say yes to this opportunity. Those are not random. They are sacred guidance, designed to keep you aligned with the best possible path. Trust your inner voice. It will always lead you back to the truth. And the truth is, everything you desire is on its way. Not just at any time, but at the right time. There is a peace that comes when you surrender to divine timing. You no longer need to compare your journey to others. You stop feeling like you're falling behind. You realize that your path is uniquely yours, and it doesn't have to look like anyone else's. You're not late. You're living in divine rhythm. And when you start to truly believe that, everything changes. You become more patient, more present, more grateful, because you realize that even the moments of stillness are filled with purpose. Sometimes what you think is a delay is actually protection. You may want something deeply, but the universe knows what's around the corner. It knows what you're ready for and what you're not. It withholds not to punish, but to position you for something better, something more aligned with who you truly are. And often, when what you asked for finally arrives, you look back and realize it came at exactly the right moment. Not too soon, not too late. So breathe, relax your grip. The timing is not your responsibility. Your responsibility is to stay in alignment mentally, emotionally, and energetically with the version of you who already has what you desire. When you live in that vibration, divine timing takes care of the rest. You don't need to force the unfolding of your life. You just need to be ready to receive it. You are not lost. You are not forgotten. You are not stuck. You are being guided. You are being supported. And everything that is meant for you is making its way to you right now. Not a second too soon, not a moment too late. You are aligned with divine timing, and everything is working together for your highest good. Trust it. Your worthiness is not in question, not now, not ever. No matter what you've been through, no matter what mistakes you've made, and no matter how others may have treated you, your worth has always remained intact. It was never something you had to earn. It was never based on performance, approval, or perfection. You were born worthy, and you will always be worthy. Yet somewhere along the way, the world taught you to doubt that. Maybe someone told you that you weren't good enough. Maybe a relationship made you feel like you had to prove yourself just to be loved. Maybe a failure made you question whether you were meant for anything more. These experiences can bruise the heart and cloud the truth. But they cannot erase it, because your worthiness is not defined by external circumstances. It is the essence of who you are. When you start to awaken to this truth, everything begins to change. You stop chasing validation. You stop begging for crumbs of affection. You stop trying to twist and shrink yourself to fit into spaces that were never meant for you. You begin to rise. You begin to speak with clarity and walk with peace, because you understand that nothing outside of you can give you what already lives within you. You are enough, not when you achieve more or give more or fix yourself, but right now as you are. You do not need to be healed to be worthy of love. You do not need to be perfect to deserve success. You do not need to be fearless to claim joy. You simply need to remember, to return to the place within you that already knows your worth. Your worthiness is not measured by how many people love you. It's not measured by how productive you are. It's not measured by how much money you have or how many mistakes you've made. All of those things are fleeting. They change, but your worth is constant. It is not up for debate. It is not dependent on opinion. It is not conditional. It is divine. When you finally stop trying to prove your value, You create space for miracles. You allow yourself to receive, not because you begged or hustled, but because you aligned with what's already yours. Worthy people don't have to chase, they attract. And you are attracting everything that matches your true self when you walk in this knowing. You are worthy of healthy love, not love that confuses you, breaks you, or keeps you guessing, but love that is steady, kind, and nourishing. Love that sees you fully and chooses you without conditions. You are worthy of rest, of saying no, of boundaries that protect your peace. You are worthy of abundance, not just financially, but emotionally and spiritually. You are worthy of a life that reflects the beauty you carry inside. And if your past has made you feel otherwise, it's time to forgive yourself. It's time to let go of the stories that were never true. The people who couldn't see your light were not qualified to define it. The opportunities you lost do not define your future. The times you fell short were lessons, not verdicts. You are still becoming, and every version of you has always been worthy. So when doubt creeps in, and it will, come back to this truth. You are not broken. You are not behind. You are not lacking. You are learning, evolving, and growing into the fullness of who you've always been. And nothing, absolutely nothing, can take away your value. It's time to stand tall in your worth. Speak it. Live it. Let it reflect in how you treat yourself. Let it guide your decisions. Let it choose your relationships. Let it inform your dreams. You don't have to wait until you've achieved something big to feel worthy. You don't have to have it all figured out. Your worth is the starting point, not the destination. You are enough. You are whole. You are sacred. The universe doesn't ask you to earn your place here. It simply asks you to remember who you are. And as you walk forward in that remembrance, you will begin to notice that the world around you starts to shift. People treat you differently, opportunities flow to you, life begins to meet you at the level of your belief, because everything begins with knowing you are worthy. And you are. You always have been. You always will be. Now is the time to receive. You've waited, you've prayed, you've visualized. You've done the inner work, the healing, the forgiving. You've walked through seasons of silence and uncertainty. You've planted your seeds with intention, even when you couldn't see any signs of growth. You've surrendered, let go, and trusted, even when it felt difficult. And now, dear soul, the time has come. The doors are opening. The universe is ready. And most importantly, so are you. Receiving isn't about begging, chasing, or striving. It's about allowing. It's about understanding that you are already worthy of everything you desire. It's not arrogance. It's alignment. When you believe in your worth, you open your heart to receive without guilt, fear, or hesitation. You let go of the need to earn or prove, and you return to the truth. What is meant for you is already yours by divine right. Too often we block our own blessings because deep down we don't believe we deserve them. We shrink. We deflect compliments. We reject opportunities. We sabotage relationships. We turn away abundance out of habit. But all the things you've been asking for are waiting just outside the walls you've built around your own heart. Now is the time to tear down those walls. Now is the time to say, yes, I am ready. I am open. I am worthy. Look around you. The signs are already here. Maybe it's a sudden idea, a new connection, a shift in your energy, an unexpected opportunity. These are not coincidences. They are confirmations. The universe speaks in whispers, in nudges, in synchronicities. And when you are truly ready to receive, everything begins to feel lighter, clearer, and more aligned. But receiving is not passive. It is active trust. It is meeting the universe halfway with faith and presence. It's saying yes to the thing that scares you a little but excites you a lot. It's choosing peace even when chaos tempts you. It's releasing control and embracing flow. You don't need to figure out every detail. You simply need to take the next step. You don't have to chase. What is yours will find you when you create the space to welcome it. This moment is not a coincidence. You are not reading these words by accident. This is your confirmation, that thing you've been holding in your heart, the dream, the healing, the love, the freedom. It's not far away. It's closer than you think. The universe responds to readiness. It responds to belief. It responds to openness. And you are more prepared than you realize. Now's the time to release the fear of too good to be true. Now's the time to stop bracing for disappointment. You are not being teased by life. You are being invited to receive. You are being called into a new chapter, one that reflects the work you've done and the love you've become. This is not just about material things. It's about fulfillment, peace, joy, connection, purpose. You've spent enough time in survival mode. You've done the hard work. You've learned the lessons. Now is your season of receiving. Receiving rest, receiving love, receiving clarity, receiving the very things your soul has been craving. And it all begins when you allow it, when you say, I welcome all that is good and meant for me, when you stop resisting the good that's trying to find you. It's okay to be happy. It's okay to shine. It's okay to receive without guilt. You're not taking anything from anyone. The universe is abundant, overflowing, infinite. Your receiving does not diminish anyone else's. It expands what's possible for all. You being blessed is an example of what's available to everyone. So take a deep breath. Feel your shoulders soften. Feel your heart open. Feel the energy of readiness rise within you. You are safe to receive. You are supported. You are loved. Everything you've been waiting for has been waiting for you too. And now it's time. It's time to say yes to the life you've been dreaming of, to the version of you that knows how to trust, to flow, to love, to shine. It's time to receive the support you need, the clarity you seek, the abundance you've longed for, not someday, not when you feel more perfect, not when the timing seems right. Now is the time to receive, and you are ready.